Welcome to this video, and here we're going to start a new series, a new topic that is known as trigonometry. We're going to begin with basic trigonometry, and that is the sine, cosine, and the tangents. Those are basic trigonometric ratios or terms that we might find. And also, when we go to advanced trigonometry, we could talk about more ratios. That is the cosec, the cotangent, and so on. But for this video, let us now know what we mean by trigonometry. Remember, trigonometry deals with the measurement of angles, or how angles are related with lines. Well, we're going to start with the first part, the tangent of an angle. What is the tangent of an angle? Maybe if we draw such a diagram where we have A, B, C, and D being a horizontal line, then we have another line A, E, F, G, which forms an angle. This angle we're going to call it theta. Theta is one of the symbols that we are used in mathematics to represent angles. Now, if we call this angle here theta, this angle is being formed, or it has been formed by A to G and the line A to D. So you can see we have two lines that are meeting at a point to form an angle theta. If we then have other vertical lines that form right angles with the horizontal line, then we are going to have given triangles here. Well, how do we define therefore a tangent? If we take the ratios of the following, EB, we divide that by AB for the first triangle, then this ratio must be equal to FC, we divide by AC, and also which must also equal to GD divided by AD. So this and all of them must be in reference to the angle theta here, because of course we know that we can also have theta here, theta here, theta here, but now all these we are discussing should be in reference to when the theta is here. Well, all these must be equal and should be constant. So all of these ratios are constant. Therefore, that gives us an opportunity to define what a tangent of theta is. Tangent of an angle theta is equals to what? So that is what we are supposed to know. Before we get there, let us first of all know a few more things about a triangle. Remember, in trigonometry 1, we are going to discuss about the right angled triangle, because that is the one that can really give us more insight on the trigonometric ratios, on the sine, cosines, and tangents. Because when we get to advanced trigonometry, we are also going to talk about other triangles. Well, before we get there, let's assess this right angled triangle right here. We have an angle theta here, and then the right angle is right at this point. If I can name this triangle as A, B, and C, and also it is A, B, and C. Now, in reference to this angle, then we are going to name the sides of the triangle as follows. This side is known as the opposite side, because as you can see, in reference to this angle is at the opposite side. They are not touching each other, and therefore we call it the opposite side. Now, this side is going to be called the adjacent, and that is in reference to this angle here, theta. So this is going to be adjacent, because of course, you know, if we talk about these pens, they are adjacent. If you talk about these pens, where the way they are here, they are opposite sides. So since this angle and the side are touching each other, then we call it the adjacent side. Of course, this side, from the basic learning, we know that this is the hypotenuse, and therefore is going to remain to be the hypotenuse. If we then use another triangle and we're going to change the position of theta, then we're going to notice that the adjacent side is going to change, because the side which is in touch with the angle is this one here, and that's the one we're going to call it the adjacent side, and the other one that is opposite will be AB, and the hypotenuse remains to be this side right here. Well, therefore, with that knowledge, then we can be able to define a tangent. We say a tangent is this constant here. In reference to this angle, the tangent of theta is going to be given by, now this side is therefore going to be the opposite of this. Therefore, we're going to call it the opposite. The tangent is given by the opposite side, we divide by the adjacent side. What about the sine? Now the sine is defined differently from the tangent. Now the sine of theta in reference to this angle is going to be the hypotenuse divided by it's going to be the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. So that is the opposite, we divide by the hypotenuse. And the cosine is going to be the adjacent, we divide by the hypotenuse. Adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. So those are the three ratios that we use in trigonometry to work out so many problems in O level and also the part of the advanced level, because these are the basic ratios that we can use. Also, we have one ratio, or we have one relationship that we need to know. So how are the tangent, the sine and the cosine related? We know that if we have the tangent, sometimes we call it tan, therefore tan theta is going to be equal to the sine of theta divided by the cosine of cos theta. So these are very, very handy relationship that can help you solve so many problems in when you talk about trigonometry. So basically, that's all about the basics of trigonometry 1, and in our preceding videos, we are going to do more about trigonometry 1.